Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain. And we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. This is fielded at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down. About the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Got it! Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. All day, baby, all day. 59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check, check. 59.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. David Johnson here on the catch. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Mike, check, check. 59, 59. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. And watch that.
To throw, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. 3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. 59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check, check. 59. How you get ahead? How you get ahead?
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The end result, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's Brissett. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
So on is Jason Myers. He's hit from as long as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack on first down, Murray, he's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And he finds his man. That's Butler. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hakeem Butler, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in 1st downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Chandler Jones, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Rasheem Green. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long.
Mike, check, 59.
Now Murray. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Mike is 59. You must get time to see me.
From the gun on 3rd down. Murray able to find Isabella. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Murray now on first down. Underneath for Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Throwing again, Murray. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
58, come on. 58, come on.
First down, Murray. Catch made here by Campbell. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
The Seahawks 3-yard line.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
They're on 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Brissett sets to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to. That one, and it's third down.
Coverage by Byron Murphy.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch twist. Watch. Check safety. Check safety.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Able to find Switzer. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Brissett. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. Airing it out deep for Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
A first down throw for Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
58, come on. Not today, you are. Not today. 58, right over there, right over there.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Campbell making the catch. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 25 yards that time.
Watch the pass.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Hakeem Butler with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We got to get it back.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Man, I got you. 58 for Mike, 58. 58 for Mike. What happened?
Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards. Shotgun now from Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. Got a man open. That's Harry. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now. It's Sanders. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He's got Smith here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
58 for Mike. I got one.
Now a carry for Sanders. And a short gain down to about the 33. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. Now Brissett. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, a tough day for this offense continues. One of their best chances to get on the scoreboard there, couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's going to happen for them today, does it? I mean, opportunity after opportunity, play after play has gone against them the entire game. They probably feel a little bit like Schlep Rock, got that black cloud over their heads.
58, right over there, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Open man completes it to Butler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
58, boys, 58, Mike. Let's go, D.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Hakeem Butler, 58 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it is 28-0. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Big stop.
Here's Brissett. Catch is made by Harry. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Brissett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 37-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Throwing, Brissett. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Brissett. It's caught. Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Brissett to throw on first. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Brissett now. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Bring it. Mike, check, 59. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
Murray now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He's going to air one out, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
We got 4. Mike, check, 59. It's been a long day for you.
Throwing is Murray on third down. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the fourth quarter. And how about the Pats? They lead that ball game at the moment. Tyrod Taylor, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw, Brissett. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Another run with Sanders.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Let's go now. Go to base. 58, the mic. Come on. You better bring it.
On third down, they turn to Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
No gain on the play.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on fourth down, here's Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt right hash. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. So more problems here. It's a third missed field goal, and they can't even get on the board.
It's certainly been a struggle so far, and it's easy to pile on the kicker. But this offense has to do a better job of finishing drives, too.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that, a total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Cardinals, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.